Hi friends, Tracy here from the Sewing Channel. Welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. Anymore, my Goodwill trips are becoming quite the adventure these days. And this episode, it will not disappoint. Now there was literally a stamp Eid at my Goodwill in the craft section, but you'll have to stick around now and watch the whole video in order to find out. There is an auction today, so keep your eye out for that. It will go live directly after the airing of this video. Enough talking already. Let's go thrifting. Here they had some plastic hoops for 99 cents and a few tchotchkes in here. There's some stickers and markers and whatnot. Here are some beads that you can make rings for $2.99. Looks kind of fun. Here they wanted $1.99 for this pom-pom kit. The original clearance price said $1.97 on it, so I would give it a thumbs down only because the original sticker was on it and you're not really getting a great deal. On these next items, I do think that someone gave up stamping because someone dropped off a whole boatload of stampers. Each bag or piece that I pick up here ranged in price from $1.99 to $2.99, which I really didn't think was a bad deal because I know some of these can be really pricey. Some of these stampers were really cute too. There was some hearts there, some fall leaves, and there were a lot of words, some holidays and different things. And so I did think they were really cute. I think someone's really going to hit the jackpot when they come into the Goodwill and see all of this. Every shelf that I hit had some type of stamping product on it. There's a cactus and a lizard. That was kind of cute, right? And there you see right there some holiday ones. And then I turned this one over. I can't tell what that is right now. It just had a bunch of words on it. And this one I thought was pretty. It was more of a religious type stamper. And then you had some snowflakes, and here's some get well soon. I mean, they were just everywhere. So someone definitely had to have dropped off their stash of stampers. That was cute. The mother and baby. Look at, there's some baseball ones, some angels. I mean, there was just a ton. And as always, my Goodwill never disappoints when there's a lot of these little stitch projects. That one was an oriental rug for $2.99, but it had no yarn with it, so I'm not so sure about that. And then they just had a bunch of other ancient thistle, and there were some chives right there. This was kind of neat right here. It was folkware, and I believe it was like a pattern within it. I'm not sure. It was probably, I think it says $1.99 on there. Here's a cross stitch for $2.99. It said Pastoral on it by National Trust. Kind of cute. There were a lot of really cute cross stitches today too. This one was cute too. It's called Needles and Hoops, I think is the name. Here's a really cute dog needles and hoop cross stitch. That's cute. There's a pillowcase cross stitch underneath there. Keep your eye on the top right hand corner of the screen, right there. Out of nowhere, I see this Fiskars acrylic ruler just sitting there waiting for me to pick it up. So they wanted $2.99 for it, and I know that these can be pricey. Now there was a lot of glue stuck on this ruler. It was dried glue. It looked like someone had used it for their little table to do their gluing. But nonetheless, I know I can clean it up, so I put it in my cart. Here's a picture of the before and after when I got it home. It cleaned up really good with Goo Gone. Now there was a few spots that were a little stubborn, so maybe I'll work on those later. But for the most part, it was pretty much easy to clean. So that's not too bad of a deal. Online, they want around $15 for it, and I got it for $2.99. Nope, not bad at all. The next item I saw was a finger puppet kit. And all the kit was there, so that might be kind of cute to make. And here was just some plain cross stitch fabric, so to speak. I don't know what they call that. Maybe leave me down in the comments below what that's called. And then here's that bias tape again. And again, they still have $4.99 on it. And nobody's bought it since last week because I told you guys, remember last week, that they were way overpriced. Usually my Goodwill only wants a couple bucks for those, so people are waiting on that. And again, as usual, there's a lot of these little knitting needle type things in my Goodwill. There's just a lot of those. I don't know if it's a dying art or if people just aren't interested anymore. I'm just not real sure. Oh, hey, wait. Remember that? This is the second time we've seen a peacock feather up in my Goodwill. What is going on with that? And I put it back, of course, because I don't know what I'd use it for. That there was some clay type craft. I'm not sure what that was exactly, but and here are these punchers, those design punchers for paper. So there were quite a few of those in there as well. Paintbrush, just some odd type items down in this basket here. Oh, hey, look, there's a glue gun. I wonder if it was the same glue gun used to make all that glue on that ruler. You never know. Here they had some of these Wall Wonder decals. I thought on that for a second for my new grandbaby, but nah, I put it back. And then they had this scrunchie kit too, but it didn't feel like all of the scrunchy stuff was in there, so I put that one back too. I think this bag of thread has been here for a while because I keep touching it and throwing it back in there. Now this bin right here was really interesting because it was full of buttons. Now it's hard for me to pass up brass buttons and nautical theme buttons. How about you guys? So I popped on that for $1.99 and I think I got a great deal. There are some really cool brass buttons. I use them on my bags a lot. I just continued digging in this bin because I thought, well, you never know what else could be in here. There could be more brass buttons and I don't want to pass those up, that's for sure. But in the end, there was nothing else in this bin that caught my eye. On that same theme, catching my eye, this is the second time, I kid you not, that we have found a bag of eyes at the Goodwill. Last week, you remember, they were green. I remember telling you guys last week that that was the first time I'd ever seen a bag of eyes at the Goodwill. Well, now this week, again, so 2 times? Really? So now I can't say that anymore. Here yet again was another bin filled with bags of buttons, and I dug and dug and dug, and again, there was nothing in that bag that caught my eye either. No pun intended. No, yeah, there is pun intended. So anyways, I did see this embroidery thread here in the spools, the white and the black, and I wasn't sure if I was going to grab that, but it only was 99 cents, so I popped on it. I put it in my cart. The next item popping up here is going to be the auction for today. It's called American Needlework, and the dates on the inside start at 1961 and I believe up to 1964 on some of the copyrights on those. Now, I can't say for certain if everything is truly in this box that is supposed to be in this box, but according to this page coming up here, all of the contents of the manual, where it says contents of the manual, it seems to be every piece is in there. There will be more pictures on eBay for you to view. I just wanted to give you a sampling here. Now the auction will start directly after this video and it will go for 7 days. You can find the link to bid on this auction down in the description box below this video. I will also put it down in the comments to make it a little easier for some of you to find it, to access it. I paid $1.99 for this, but the auction will go up for 99 cents. Good luck. Next we have some embroidery floss with an organizer with it. They wanted $2.99 for it, and I think that's a really good deal, but I don't embroider, so. At first glance, I thought that these were vintage fabric pieces, but in the end, I put them back because they were fat quarters from a store. Although they did look vintage, I passed because I like the real thing vintage. Take a look at this next item. Oh my word, is it darling? Now this does seem really vintage. I don't know, let me know down in the comments what you think. I totally popped on that. They only wanted 99 cents for that entire reel of ruffle. It is really darling in person. I can't wait to use it. Bag of bells, anyone, for $4.99? It did seem like it had a lot of really cute bells in it, but I don't need any bells. This next item was only $1.99 for a whole bag of embroidery floss with a little panel fabric in it to follow on. It looked like a really good deal. There also seemed to be a lot of those reels of different lace and things, and I found this one right here, and I thought, how cute would that be to sew that on some socks for my granddaughter. They only wanted 99 cents for all of these little reels of items that were in this bin. And here's some pretty yellow white lace right there. I thought that was cute. But this right here caught my eye. Do you remember when we made the magic tote bag a couple weeks ago and I had said to get some nylon strapping? Well, here you go right here. Look at a trip to the Goodwill, and for 99 cents you get a bunch of it. So I definitely popped on that nylon strapping. I mean, you just never know what you're going to find at the Goodwill. Honestly, you just never know. This right here I pulled out. I thought it looked interesting, and it was a magic pad ironing board cover of some sort, but it was very yellowed and very old, so I threw that back. Here on the bottom shelf were some tiny square pillows for, I believe they were $1.99 each, and I just really didn't have a use for those right now, so I put those back. The bags of white fabric there caught my eye, but I really don't need any more of that kind of thing, so I did throw them back. I try not to buy in excess because my sewing room is not that big. I don't know about your alls, but mine is not. So I don't have room to house all this stuff. Here's a cute pillowcase right here that you could embroider. It looked brand new. Oh my word, look at this hot mess. I mean, for real, it's just so overwhelming sometimes, and things get buried and you never know if you truly get to see everything that's there. So I try, but my word. This next item looked to be like an entire bolt of tooling. That's the word. I couldn't think of it there for a second. When I looked on the inside there, it says Petticoat Netting. So I'm not sure. I am not familiar with working with this type of material, this netting or this tooling. So I didn't really know if it was a good deal or not. There really did seem to be a lot of netting there for $3.99, but in the end I put it back because, like I said, I just can't house all this stuff in my sewing room for the day that I may need it. So I put that back. This item was a little bit interesting. It seemed to be like one of those bedazzle kits from back in the day. It was a little different in the yarn section today. They weren't in bags like they normally were. They're selling them separately, so they're doing it a la carte. So they're probably going to make more money that way, I guess. I'm not sure. You never know when you're going to need a hole punch, and here you go for $1.99. A little overpriced, I think, though, for that. This section that I'm showing you right here is on the opposite side of where all that other crafting stuff was. So they kind of do keep everything all in one area. Hey, there's some chalk right there, but I think you can get it at the Dollar Tree for $1. In the back room of my Goodwill today, they did have a big roll of this fabric. It was only $5.99. Now, if it would have been a better pattern that suited my taste, I probably would have popped on that. It is pretty, no doubt. You could do pillows in this or curtains. It seemed like that type of fabric, but in the end, I passed on that. The last thing to catch my eye was this beautiful apothecary jar that you could put in your sewing room and put whatever you want in it. If I had room in my sewing room, I would definitely pop on this. $8.99 is really not that bad for this jar. Don't forget to check out the auction. Until next time on the Sewing Channel, take care.